looking at the camera.
You have to look at the camera. When they tell you to look at the camera.
Yeah, that's true. You have to look at the camera.
When they tell you to look at the camera, you have to look at the camera.
Moe, why you look worried?
Now, what is my name? James. All right.
William.
James. It's James.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Moore's Home Comforts. Today we're going to be revisiting Minan's old pumpkin soup recipe. So this recipe comes back from my hometown in Sussex. We used to eat this on very cold winter nights. Absolutely amazing. Next to a fireplace, we used to roast marshmallows after. It was absolutely amazing. So today we'll be going through that. And then later, for a little surprise, I got my friend Alex, long best friend Alex, coming in from his Yorkshire bakery. He's going to come in, bring some awesome baguettes, and we are going to have them with this pumpkin soup. Okay. Now this soup is very simple. First thing we're going to start off with is our brown onion. All right, first we're going to just start by peeling it. Now this onion, I mean, this recipe is quite simple. It's basically 4 ingredients. You got your pumpkin, you got your brown onion, you've got a light cooking cream, and chicken cubes. Chicken stock cubes, may I say. Not chicken cubes, you can't fit a whole chicken in there. Chicken cubes, okay. Now the worst thing about cutting onions is obviously, you know, you get quite raw to the eyes, you know. I can barely see. Whew. But a lot of people tend to wear goggles and glasses, but
The pumpkin. And then after you feel a little bit of softening of the pumpkin, then you add the water, the stock, let it cook, and then you put the cream.
next we are going to move to the pumpkin. Now the pumpkin, best thing you can do is just, you know what, just go straight in half. That face down. And we just gotta peel the pumpkin. That's a big chunk. Realize what I'm doing is just opening up like a flower. Now we've got that. Take the lid off. I've got my damn goggles. Here we go. Chop that in half. I'll just grab me a spoon. As long as we've got all this stuff out of the pumpkin, it's nice and clean, we'll just chop it up. We are going to start by sauteing these onions in the pot, just to give it a nice caramelization, And then from there, we're going to add the pumpkin, the cream, some butter, and then just finish it off with some water. Okay, now we're going to fire up the stove. We gotta turn the light on. Now we're going to get some melted butter. We're gonna get a fair chunk of it. You never be shy with the butter. Into the stove. We're going to crank it up. And we're just gonna let that butter melt until it becomes nice and caramelized. After that, we're gonna put the onions in there. Now we've got the butter nice and melted, we're gonna get the onions, just scoop those up. We're gonna put them straight in the pot, and we're gonna let those caramelize. All right, now what we're looking for is a nice crispy golden, you know, tinge on the onions, which gives the soup a very nice caramelized sugary flavor. Just mix that around a little. Beautiful. Can you guys smell the onion? You can do it 2 ways. You can chuck the pumpkin in there with some hot water, just let it boil through, or you can chuck it now and just let it really break down with the caramelized onion. So in goes that. Give that a good stir. Who doesn't love the smell of onions? Takes me back to my hometown in Yorkshire. I thought it was Sussex. While that's cooking, I'm just going to put the water on boil. We're gonna grab the water. We're gonna put not too much, literally like 2 centimeters in the bottom of the pot. Just gonna go like that. More than enough. You can add just a little bit more depending on how thick you want the soup to be. Beautiful.
I said a centimeter above it.
Above it.
Above it.
You did it.
I did.
Centimeter for a minute.
So that's alright. Now make sure the water's above the pumpkin, just as you can see here. Just so the pumpkin's just nice and submerged in the onion broth. That's what we like to see. Give that a little taste. I know we haven't added any salt or anything yet. That caramelization on the onions, great. Thing to go in the pot, or what I usually like to put with it to add a bit of extra flavor, are my trusted chicken cube stocks. Now, no reason I like to put these is because they're packed with flavor. I usually don't put any salt after I put these because they're absolutely beautiful and they're very nice and salty in the aroma. So we'll just go ahead and whack one of these cubes in here. Like I said, I like to use chicken cubes because it just has that kick of chicken. Put another cube in there. Give it some, just a kick of flavor. There we go. Now just give it a good stir. Let that dissolve in the liquid. That rich goodness. Such a nice winter meal. It's what we used to like, sitting around the campfire. Have some nice hot pumpkin soup. Okay. Perfect. The soup looks nice and ready. We're gonna take it off the stove. Get my towel. Turn off the stove first. I'm gonna take that off the stove. And I'm gonna give it a little blitz with my trusted hand blexer. Okay, that's pulse. Okay, here we go. Gotta be nice and gentle. It's actually quite hot. Now that we've shaken the cream, we're gonna take, oh look at that. Best part about childhood memory. Okay, we're gonna get the cream. Mind you, we're not wanting to pour the whole lot in there. We want to keep a little bit for later, and I'll show you why. I'm gonna pour that in there. Beautiful. The cream, we're just gonna re-mix it, but we're not gonna put it back on the stove because the soup's pretty much done. We're just incorporating the cream. Look at the color on that. Now you might be thinking this soup's looking quite dark, but this is actually a traditional recipe where we like to caramelize the onions to give it a very nice flavor. We're gonna do one final test of the soup. Okay, just to see if it needs any. Could do with a little bit of black pepper. So what we'll do, grab that. All right, mix that through. Also, pack that back on the stove, close it up. The most important thing about the kitchen is making sure it's nice and tidy. Now that we've done that, I might as well check on my soup one last time because it's absolutely amazing. We're gonna give it one last taste test. Can't get any better than that. Absolutely amazing. Oh, who can that be? Alex!
Bonjour.
Alex! What have you brought me today?
Fresh baguette.
Fresh baguette. I had a feeling you were going to bring it. Look, I've kept out the butter. So, best thing to accompany some amazing pumpkin soup is some amazing baguette from my friend Alex's bakery. So what we're going to do, Alex, well, I'm going to give you the responsibility to do that. You just got to chop up the baguette and get it ready for some soup.
Oui.
Now that we've had Alex bring in the amazing bread, Alex, you're in for a little bit of a surprise, my friend. Today we've made an amazing pumpkin soup that's going to accompany your amazing bread. So what I'm going to do is going to bring the soup over here. I'm basically going to plate it up. Plating doesn't need much. What we're going to do is give it a very nice stir. What do you think of that? Just going to put that straight in this bowl. There we go. And while I'm doing that, thank you, Alex. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna have you, Alex, chop up the baguette for me. However you think is very nice to go with the soup, preferably nice and long. But I mean, you're the master of the bread, so go ahead.
Oui. Le baguette.
Just finish it off with a bit of the light cream. Just gonna drizzle that on the top. Oh, would you look at that? Bread, just place it on the side. That right there. Great, and what you can also do is just whack a couple of the soup there like that. Just let that soak, it just brings up all the flavour into this, flavour into this, flavour into the soup. And what we can just, a finishing touch is just a little bit more pepper. Alex, what do you think so far?
Oui. Magnifique.
Right now, for the moment of truth, we're gonna taste this soup. Alex, after you, my man. Take that in, we'll mix the cream through. That bread in there, then we'll soak up all the amazing. Well, there you have it. Man, it's so good it gets you giggling at it. Well, there you have it, folks. A 4-ingredient pumpkin soup made in 5 minutes at home. Can't get any better than that. It's amazing. We mix it!